and has been quite outspoken on the issue. Governor, is it becoming harder or easier to be an anti-Trump Republican?
Well, I think as we're watching the events play out in statements like that, those self-inflicted wounds are continuing to lose his credibility as he continues to say crazy things like that. I mean, an example of that strategy played out here in Georgia, and I had a front row seat for it, and it was Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue's runoff race, and those comments about not coming out to vote actually hurt us, and 400,000 Republicans stayed home. Certainly that's not helpful for the situation.
Joe Scarborough from MSNBC, Morning Joe, said this. Take a listen.
And now here you have Stacey Abrams going to be running against Brian Kemp, a popular Georgia Republican governor. But Donald Trump is telling his base, don't vote for Kemp, vote for Stacey Abrams. I mean, if you're a Georgia Republican, you got to be thinking this guy is a cancer on our state GOP party.
You guys on the same page with cancer?
Yeah, look, that was one of the more embarrassing moments I've seen. That rally down in Perry, Georgia, 2 weeks ago was a three-ring circus and not a political rally. And to hear somebody go up there on stage and to talk like that and say Stacey Abrams is a better governor than Brian Kemp is ridiculous. Brian Kemp is the most conservative governor in Georgia's history and has earned the right to be reelected as navigating us through the social unrest, the pandemic, our unemployment rates coming below 3%. I mean, this guy's a rock star, and Donald Trump is more worried about his pride than his party. And look, this is the scenario that's playing out. That's really what GOP 2.0 is all about, is watching this self-inflicted wound pattern continue to play out. And look, we just need a safe place to call home for folks that really care about conservative values, that understand limited government matters and public safety and national security. Because at the end of the day, Joe Biden's should make this easy for us right now. With as bad as he's leading this country, with the mistakes he's making. I just left a football game with my son. That's why I'm dressed in a polo shirt here tonight. And all the parents are sitting there talking about either their family being affected by the inflationary environment or their businesses. I mean, this is a crisis level here in trying to figure out supply chain. I mean, this is real.
Yeah, we're seeing it play out. We're seeing it play out in the Virginia governor's race. A state that was Biden plus 10 is now a toss-up for the governor's race there because of these national political issues. But coming back to where you were, and forgive me for saying this, but if you were Mr. Kemp held a rally, Governor Kemp, you'd be lucky to get a tenth of the number of people who showed up for President Trump, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because I talk about this in the book that I wrote. It's a silenced majority. Look, a majority of Americans, or Republicans, or Democrats for that matter, don't show up to rallies, take time away from their family to go show up there. They watch the leadership play out on TV. And quite honestly, that's really, I think, what happened in the 2020 election cycle. Donald Trump used the same pattern and campaign strategy in 2016 that he did or 2020 that he did in 2016. And enough folks were concerned about the leadership style going forward. If he would have just reminded a number of, millions of Americans how good he was at leading through the pandemic and all the regulations and on the border, he could have won again, but he didn't. And instead, we've got Joe Biden, the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, you're not the first Republican to wish the president would run on his record rather than some of the other feelings. Lieutenant Governor, thank you. Appreciate it. We'll be right back.